a win is a win. I mean, that's all we can say after another chaotic Minnesota Vikings game where they beat the Cardinals 23-22 in a game where at a point I thought they had no chance. I thought the Cardinals just overall throughout all four quarters really dominated this football team. I mean, the total yardage is in favor of the Cardinals. They put up over 400 total yards of offense, 406 compared to only 273 yards for the Minnesota Vikings. But it was really late in that fourth quarter. When a play needed to be made, the Vikings did so. I mean, the Cardinals, late in that fourth, they were trying to put the football game away, 22-16 or 19-16 game. They have a 7-minute scoring drive where I'm thinking it's going to result in 6. Only resulted in 3. Ended up being 22-16. Sam Darnold right down the field with 3 minutes left, and then the Vikings defense closed it out. So I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on this entire game. But hey, if you guys are hyped about the win, just give me a scold down below in the comment section. I know it wasn't pretty. I know it was not an ideal win, but this was a good Cardinals team coming into your building with a very, very good quarterback. And you got outplayed for majority of the game. But hey, guess what? Now you are 10-2 on the season. I cannot believe I'm saying that. So massive shout out to everybody on this football team. Give me a skull if you guys are fired up about the win. So if I had to give a game ball today, it would no doubt go to Sam Darnold. In the first half, the Vikings offense, a big reason why they only put up 6 points was just because they didn't have a lot of opportunities. They weren't good on third down. Aaron Jones had that just catastrophic fumble backed up in your own territory. But, Darnold, when given his chances, when he had the right protection, because also that was an issue today on these third and longs, the Cardinals very creative on the back end, were able to just have free blitzers. And then Darnold, he just made play after play after play. And I cannot wait to go watch all 22 of this game because I thought he had a lot of big-time throws. And, he really put the offense on his back. Only 273 yards of total offense for the Vikings. Cardinals came into this game ranking about middle of the pack in every key defensive statistic. You obviously had that one turnover that Aaron Jones fumbled, but only 24 minutes in terms of time of possession. And just the overall plays ran, the Vikings defense was on the field for 77 plays today, and the offense was only on the field for 51. So the Cardinals controlled the majority of this game, but still, when plays needed to be played, Sam Darnold stepped up for this offense and just this whole damn team today. So if I had to give a game ball, it's going to him. But, the run game for the Vikings has, yet again, be an issue following that Thursday night loss to the Los Angeles Rams. If you go back to Colts game, the Jags game, Titans game, could not run the ball. You were able to run the ball last week against the Bears just a little bit. But again, today, Aaron Jones, only 5 carries, 22 yards, and then Cam Akers had to step in. And I thought he brought some juice to this offense, had that massive 18-yard run, but still, only 4 carries, 22 yards, and in total, you only ran the ball 15 times. You only had 68 yards, about 4.5 yards per clip. And so, if you look at, in totality, what Darnold really overcame, no run game, defense was getting gashed, and you still were able to get a victory. But a big reason why Darnold was able to be successful was the guys he's throwing the ball to. Justin Jefferson, this has to be the quietest 99-yard performance I've ever seen. It just no targets through about the first quarter and a half, very quiet, only had about 32 yards at half. But, again, when they needed a play, Justin Jefferson stepped up. I mean, the 4th and 7 on the game-winning drive, Darnold drops back. He's only looking his way. Deliver the ball on time and on target, and the amount of tight window throws where Darnold tried to fit it into the soft spot of the zone and Jefferson had to come meet the football. I mean, it was fantastic. And then also Jordan Addison had a massive play. I think it went for 26 yards on the game-winning drive as well, over the middle of the field. Really was that chunk play to get that offense started. And then TJ Hawkinson. Wasn't called upon a lot today, but still 3 receptions, 28 yards, making big-time plays. So with the Vikings, what do we got? 5 games left of the season. 10-2 right now. Predict the Vikings record for me for the rest of the year. I've been sitting on 14-3 for a very, very long time. But you guys answer that question. Predict the Vikings record for me down below in the comment section. Now, we'll talk about the defense here in a second, as they definitely had one of their worst games of the year. But first off, got to tell you guys about today's sponsor. That is Prize Picks. And if you guys download the Prize Picks app today, Plug in promo code CLNS. You guys will get $50 instantly after you create your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. But what is Prize Picks? Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Now, this was the lineup I rolled with for today's game. I will say this. If TJ Hawkinson scored a touchdown in this game, I would be in shambles because I would have been one Justin Jefferson receiving yard away from that. Ended up playing, but hey, Marvin Harrison, I took his more on 4.5 receptions. He got that. Jefferson had 99 yards through the air, and then Hawkinson unfortunately did not find the end zone, but hey, I could care less about my Prize Picks lineup as long as the Vikings get a win. But if you guys want to fade my picks every week or ride with my picks, just make sure you do so at Prize Picks. So download the app today. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you create your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly after you create your first $5 lineup. Massive shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, the negative from today's game, it has to be the defense. I will give credit where it's due. Kyler Murray had a couple of throws today, specifically the touchdown to Marvin Harrison. It was just a seed of a throw. He is a top 10 quarterback in the league. He makes plays over and over again. And, sometimes you just got to tip your cap to a guy like Kyler making plays. But the biggest concern for me is, the Vikings defense came into this game knowing the Cardinals are going to try to punch you in the mouth, be the more physical football team, and get their run game going. They were sixth in the league heading into today's game, and they were able to be successful yet again on the ground. I mean, James Conner, he only averaged 4 yards per carry, 17 carries for 68 yards, but Kyler, he had 7 carries for 48 yards, and in total ended up being 31 carries, 154 yards, 5 yards a carry on 31 carries. That just isn't good for the Vikings, and especially if you're looking around the NFC, Packers, one of the best rushing offenses in the league. We know what the Lions have over there in Detroit with that two-headed monster and the best offensive line in the league. So maybe this was not having pace in the group today, but he's going to miss the next 3 games at least. But still, very, very concerning that the Vikings rush defense, which was number 1 in the league coming into this game, kind of got gashed today on the ground. But the pass catchers for Arizona, that's how the raw numbers shook out today. Trey McBride, he was kind of Kyler's hot route guy. Anytime the Vikings brought a lot of pressure, I think they just said, hey, Trey, run an option route, you get open. And then Kyler found him over and over again. But Michael Wilson had a hell of a catch. Ball was batted up at the line. Should have been Kyler's 3rd pick of the game. But he ended up making a play on the football, and that was fantastic. But also Marvin Harrison, give credit. He is a tremendous receiver. Burned Fabian Moreau countless times. Also, Fabian Moreau, the Vikings can't play him next week. Let's just say Stephon Gilmore is out against the Atlanta Falcons. I would rather go with Dwight McGlothern. Get the UDFA a chance. Go with Nashawn Wright or any of these other guys because Fabian Moreau, I mean, that one drive where the Cardinals had the touchdown to Marvin Harrison, he gave up a 3rd and 12 pass interference. He gave up a 3rd and 10 pass interference. And the next play, they go play action. It's a 50-50 ball in the end zone, and Fabian got cooked. So don't want to see no more Fabian Moreau, but, the defense still got to stop late, which was awesome. I really thought when the Cardinals got the ball back with 1:10 left, all 3 timeouts, they were for sure going to get in field goal range. But, hey, the defense stepped up. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my whole thoughts on this game. It was a win is a win is all I'll say about that. It wasn't pretty, but, in the NFL, you're not just going to cakewalk the wins week after week after week. And the Vikings faced a lot of adversity today, and they were still able to come out on top. But I got videos coming out all this week. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And, a little look ahead to the Vikings' next 5 games here. Obviously, pick up the win against the Cardinals. And now your next 5 games are Falcons, Bears, Seahawks, Packers, and then the Lions in Week 18. You're going to be a field goal favorite at least against the Falcons at home and the Bears at home. Probably around a pick 'em in Seattle. Maybe you're favored by 1.5 or 2 points, but Packers at home, you're probably going to be favored in that game. I mean, you got a chance to really rip off, 4 more wins, and then hopefully you roll in to Detroit 14-2 with a chance to go land the #1 seed. I know it sounds crazy, but this team just keeps on stacking wins week after week. And again, massive shout out to number 14. Sam Darnold, game ball goes to you. I thought he was a catalyst to this comeback. So hectic game, but again, 10-2 is 10-2. But if you guys watch this whole thing, this will be our real one roll call today. If you guys made it to the end, give me a scold down below in the comment section. I'd really appreciate it. And also, you guys can give me a follow on Twitter. That's a handle right there, at Pat Sieps. Give me a follow over there. I'll give you guys a follow right back. But seriously, thank you guys so much for watching today's post-game reaction as the Vikings beat the Cardinals 23-22. See you guys next time. As always, let's go Vikes.